now.
Remember Ijaz project, wasn't it?
Hi, hey guys, so this is my FMP. My name is Mohammed Ijaz Rahman, and my qualification here is level 2 in creative media, and my aim for this is to go on to level 3 and finish the entire level. So without further ado, let's start this. So my final piece, my final piece is a documentary that is 30 minutes and 35 seconds. The subject of this documentary is about video games and their main characters and how they made the game better. This documentary is normally targeted towards teenagers and young adults. The gender of the target audience today are mostly male and female. The psychographics are most likely mainstreamers and explorers, because I feel like both psychographics usually like to go more in enjoy themselves. The project is more different than any other project because it has more interviews with different people. Like with my last project, which was Unit 3, I had only 2 interviews, but with this I had 3 interviews. That was me, and it also means that there will be various opinions that can be discussed after watching it. So this is my documentary. I'm going to show 8 minutes of it, and then lights please. Thank you.
You don't have to lights on.
Okay,
Press it. Hold it. Or just click it once. Why are you turning it back on?
Just hit them once and move it. Let's do it then.
Just leave it once. Press the brain. Try and go up to me.
Sometimes there's an issue with how when have you got it reminded?
Green Hastings getting this 15 minutes today.
Delay.
Huh? Say that again?
Sorry for the delay.
Sorry for the delay?
Yeah.
No,
Type of
it's-
delay.
no, it's not.
That one.
This one?
No.
I mean, not
Quick.
Enjoy.
Oh boy, my favorite scene.
That's not what the video is. That's right.
Okay.
Since the first video game was created, which was Pong, many video games today have been adapted and became better than the old ones, and some even being better than their predecessors. This could be about many things. It could be about graphics, it could be about gameplay, it could be about storytelling, or just the aesthetic of the game. However, even though all these reasons are very good, I feel like not a lot of people are talking about the video game protagonists and just the main characters of the game, and how their personality, their goal, or even like their character development can improve the game and make it better. I want to discuss about it and talk to with a few people and actually mention other like video game characters that have made games even more better. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. So Jose here is a student in Barnfield and has been studying the course of game design here, and he's just started studying character design. Is that true?
Well, we haven't done character design. I think that's for next year. But throughout this year, we've done side scrollers, first person, third person. So for side scroller, you'll be able to see the character, but it wasn't. It was a bit advanced for us to add the animations and the characters.
So in these like games you played, is there like unique characters?
Yeah, like in Overwatch, I think there's roughly around 24 characters altogether. Each comes with their own designs, characteristics and backstory. So the character I really like right now is Lively, but he's a new Overwatch character. Actually no, I like May. Basically with May, her story is like, she's a scientist and she got put into cryo sleep, but when she woke up, all of her fellow scientists was dead. Like they died in their sleep, and she was the only one that woke up. And like her design is is a scientist, but with more like how like people in the Arctic dress, like with those big furry coats and that, and she's also Chinese.
So like there's more diversity.
Yeah, we've got blacks, robots as well. Like yeah, we've got all types of characters in there.
Okay. So that's sort of thing I have short question. So thank you for taking part in this interview, and hope you like pass your course.
Yeah, you too.
Character design is an art form revolutionized by new technology. But what does it take to create a gaming character? Gaming tutor Said Namati, thank you, is here to tell us about the process of it. So thank you for coming.
Thanks very much.
Where does the inspiration come from?
Inspiration could come from so many other things, so many other sources. For instance, if it's based on a real story, so your character could come from a real person. If it is something futuristic, then by watching other movies, perhaps other stories, other comic books. If it's something about, if you look at the unicorns, there isn't any unicorn, a horse with a horn coming out of the head, right? Someone just came up with that, right? Now, what was this inspiration? Who knows? The inspiration goes back to your creativity and how creative you are. Then from person to person, it could be different.
What type of software does people create characters use? So
Like I said, 3D Studio Max, Blender, Modbox. There are a few good ones out there where you can go and use them, but these three are probably the most popular one that you can use for game design.
well, that's all the questions I have. So thank you for joining this interview,
problem.
and I
Thank
hope
you
you
very much.
do good.
Thank you very much, man. I wish the best for you.
The gaming world has over the years gained a huge community filled with gamers that express their love and passion with video games. Either it's making them or just playing them. Here I have my friend Javante, who is a gamer and that has played multiple games throughout the years. Thank you for joining us.
Oh, you're very welcome, my friend. How's it going?
It's been very good, yeah?
Good, good. I'm ready to for you to interview me.
Yeah, okay. Let's start this.
Yeah.
So the first question is, how long have you been playing video games?
Shoot, that's a really good question, to be fair. I've been playing video games practically all my life. Like, ever since I was around 4 or 5, I loved playing on, like, the Nintendo Wii, playing on, like, basically any Nintendo game. And when I was around, I believe, 7, I got my first proper console, which is an Xbox 360. And, yeah, I played a lot of games on it. I spent a lot of hours on, like, games like Minecraft, yeah, just Minecraft, I suppose. But yeah, as I got older, I got more consoles, and yeah, I currently I own the PS5.
So what do you think about main characters today in video games? And do you think that they're well written and make the game more fun and memorable to play?
Well, for starters, what I think about like main characters like in this generation is that they have improved like a lot, like by an extreme mile compared to main characters of the old generation. For example, I want to say Mario. In the original like Super Mario Brothers games, there was like no personality. You just took control of a guy who was jumping around Koopas, turtles, and going down pipes. However, later on in the franchise, like for example, Super Mario Odyssey, you actually see his personality and you can actually see like his actual emotions, whether Peach is being abducted by Bowser once again. You can see him panic as he chases them through the skies and that. But yeah, as like to answer your question, they have improved quite a bit, like game-wise, how they look, and just how the personality is really. But yeah.
Yeah, with games, like Red Dead Redemption 2, God of War, and of course the Super Mario Brothers, being successful games like Red.
Go back to the PowerPoint.
Obviously this is not very like perfect. So I'm just gonna go through the sort of pros and cons that I have and all the people that give feedback to this video. So we'll start with the pros are good framing. You can see some shots. It is like it's not tilted in a way. It's not, and you can see both the interviewer and the interviewee. There were good questions being asked, very good, very, like, unique questions that could, and well-depth answers. There's also some, like, good GBs that's in the interview, like, as you can see, the Jay playing the Nintendo Switch, I think it was or Zelda or something, yeah. Also, so let's go on over the cons. So obviously some shots at the end you can see I didn't really like end it. I just said okay, yeah, and then before the next clip started. Also some shots, as you can see in my interview with Jose, he was too dark to see. I had to mask him and turn up the brightness, to see, make him see to make it more visible. Also, there was too many jump cuts in the film, in the documentary. And also another thing is that I kept on looking at the script, so I should have revised my entire script before do filming. So yeah, that's a lesson I need to learn. But yeah, I learned so many things. Like I learned how to use the green screen. That was my first time, and it was really fun to do. So adding different stuff in the background. So yeah, that was really fun to do. So, any like questions about my movie? Basil?
Your first interviewee, right?
Yeah.
Not gone. Did you use Premiere Pro and go on to like the colors and graphics and try to change the exposure and
Yeah.
stuff like that?
That I did do that since when I look at the footage and I see it's very dark. I had to like turn up the contrast, but it only made it worse because of the green screen. So I had to like mask it around and mask was there and then just use that specific mask to like up the brightness and that.
Right.
Jake?
Well, in total, how long did it take to like produce this product?
It took like for like the pre-production, for like production itself. It took a lot. It took like 3 days to make it. So 1 day for the introductions and like all the other, all the introduction and conclusions, and also with Jose interview. The second day it took had to do the interview with Saeed, and the third day I had to do the interview with Jay. And even then, I still had to get some GBs, so I got some GBs of Jay, playing his Nintendo Switch. So yeah. Miles?
What inspired you to choose this topic?
I've ever since like when I was in year 8 or year 9, I always like had I was always very fond of like video games and the main characters. I like so many other characters, and I played so many games that are my favorites. Sajid?
Oh, so out of 10, how would you rate it?
How would I rate it? I mean, it does have its flaws, so I would suggest like a 6.5 out of 10. So yeah, any questions there?
What would you do differently if you had to choose to do the project again?
I would actually add more props to the thingy, because I was planning on adding like plushies and figurines onto the table, so it look more set in the discussion on topic. But I couldn't get some, and also I would have like revised more of the scripts instead of looking at my phone or the paper. I had the questions, so yeah, that would.
Is there anything else you would have included that you wish you had included?
There was between interviews. I would have put in like different, like what different characters in video games and what they're like, why they're so popular, their backstory and their like personality, and yeah, just little like facts about the characters. Yeah, that's basically it.
Do you think you'll get yourself into like a gaming industry or something?
I hope so. I was thinking like after college, I want to go into more video editing or just gaming, just those two things. Doris?
In the documentary, do you talk about a certain video game character that fascinates you?
Yeah, you didn't see it, but I went in depth to talking about this character called Arthur Morgan. He's just this character in Red Dead Redemption 2, and he's one of my favorite characters. I explained a lot about why he's my favorite character in the documentary. So. Jay?
This isn't a question, but it's more of like a suggestion, I suppose. When it came to like production or post-production, I would say that to like shoot more of your own GVs rather than it being like more source footage, because I'm not gonna lie, I saw more source footage than actual like your own footage. That's just what I would do personally, but just take it as a suggestion.
Okay, thumbs up?
Yeah, and for the source footage you use here, the GVs here, I feel that next time you should change them up, because personally, I really like them, because like a lot of the time, the source footage isn't really the same as what you're talking about. So you're talking about like the video game characters and stuff, but yours GV is not correlated.
Morris?
I believe it was the second or third footage you used GTA Online